What is up, everyone? This is, it's starting to feel like a little. I'm like the nervousness of having a place is slowly starting to like kind of go away a little bit because, no lie, I'm still a little like I paid rent for the first. I paid rent for the first time in like over a decade, and I realize now that I can keep my job, and I can pay rent. Like this could be life for me. I could be here and not be so nervous about, oh no, I might get kicked out soon. You know what I'm saying? Because that was what was going on through my head. Because I was like, how's about I because my credit union has like two different numbers for my account. I didn't get paid on this past check, right? So I had to like go through this whole situation. I had to call up HR, then I had to call up the people who was responsible for the site that I was part of to like, help me reestablish my password and all this other stuff. It was a whole thing. So like here's to hoping that I actually get the money from my check in like the next 2 days. But now I have an idea why it happened. It's just weird, man. Like I have two separate accounts now. I have two separate numbers for the same account now. Come on, don't please don't overcomplicate my stuff more. It's like it's almost like it was like he's black, make it more challenging. It's like I know you guys are from Louisiana, but come on. One of the few things in my life that I realize is that like I don't like the fact that America is called the land of opportunity. I don't like the word opportunity anymore because opportunity is just chance and probability and gamble in a really 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 nice suit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just basically like like there's a difference between opportunity and a guarantee. An opportunity means you get a chance to do something. In my opinion, like it's like for example, there's a fork in the road. Like if you're at the fork, like if people tell you that you have the opportunity to make a good decision to make your life better, and they put you at the fork in the road, that fork in the road is your opportunity. You can either go here or you could go here, but there's no guarantee that like one of these roads could lead to prosperity, the other one probably might lead to ruin, or they both could lead to ruin. And they're just telling you that it's an opportunity to go to prosperity, so you could just go in any direction. I don't like the word opportunity anymore because it just feels like gambling. It's like it really kind of stresses me out how much America can be like labeled as quite possibly the world's most overhyped casino, because it's like we really push this idea that like nothing is guaranteed, but you have a chance to do everything, but nothing is guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? It's not like nothing is guaranteed. Like you cannot you have to have a car to be in America because everything is going to be far away. You know what I'm saying? Because like cars got to be relevant, and I mean oil has to be relevant. What better way for oil to be relevant than for everybody to have cars? You know what I'm saying? Because if you have cars, oil, gas, blah 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 blah. I'm just saying. You ever notice how paper doesn't have nearly as much of a midlife crisis as oil does? Like, to put this in perspective, paper is also something that as a society we use a lot of. But you ever notice like I don't think I've ever heard Big Paper just bought another congressman to make paperless material, make paperless transactions illegal. You know what I'm saying? You rarely ever see anything like that. But every single time you hear about like something corrupt happening in the government, it usually has some oil guy involved in it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like paper. Like to put this in perspective, paper has been more useful than oil. Like I want to say what I think the use of paper is older than the use of oil. I'm not sure. But like paper, like there are such thing as paperless transactions. We're starting to see like paper kind of thin out a little bit. Like save the trees and stuff like that. But we're not what we're not seeing is like and paper is not like going, yeah, well, time to buy another congressman to make sure that we stay relevant. Meanwhile, oil is like, yeah, we're gonna do stuff. We're gonna commit crimes, borderline like crimes, to keep ourselves relevant, so that people can continue to give us more money. I want to know specifically for rich people in general, like what cost $1 trillion that you need $1 trillion more dollars? Like what is like I feel like that's peak greed, you know. I also hate how in America, you know, like I hate how in America one of the most guaranteed ways to become rich in this, like you can't become rich in this country from working hard. You know what I mean? Like because everybody has a job. Like a lot of people have jobs, and jobs in America go out of their way to try to find ways to mistreat their workers even further than we're already being mistreated. You cannot become rich from just working a job. And that's kind of the thing that really stresses me out about America. It's just that like one of the ways to get rich, one of the most efficient ways to get rich in America is through gambling. Was oh right no investing. And my whole thing is that like if there's a risk of losing money, it's a gamble. Like I shouldn't have to put money into something and there's a risk of me losing my money. If I put money into something and the guarantee my money should be guaranteed to grow. You know what I mean? That's the reason why even though I don't like the banking industry, I'd rather put money into a bank than to a mutual investment firm, legal gathering, grow your account, stock, whatever thing. I don't like doing that because in order to do because like I need that's money that's going to apparently make you a billionaire in 20 years. I don't need money in 20 years. I need money like today, like right now. I got bills to pay right now. I don't have time to wait. I'm a black dude. I'm not guaranteed to live another year. You know what I mean? I can get shot. Like I'm a black dude in the South. I'm gonna like if a cop wanted to, they could just shoot me dead, and they will go on vacation for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't need 20. I don't have 20 years to wait. Like I'm getting there's somebody on Instagram right now trying to scam me into what is it like some I don't I forget what it was called, but they was just trying to they was just trying to be like, hey, if you put your money into this investment account, you can make X and O amount of money in a week. It's like, yeah, okay. It's like all you gotta do is just have like $200, and here's how I know it's a scam because I basically told them I don't have $200, and they're still like, yo, do you have this $200 now, bro? You just asked me that like 10 minutes ago. Where am I? I'm poor. Well, what if I give you money and then you give me the money back? I'm gonna be honest with you, buddy. You give me that money, I'm gonna give you back $200. And there was like, if I give you $2,000 right now and you give me back that money, then I'm like, bro, I'm gonna give you $200 that you asked me for, and I'm about to use that 1,800 on bills. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what you think this is, but like that's the reason. Like but it feels like gambling. The investment industry, it feels like gambling for rich people. You know what I'm saying? You put money into an account that you can like afford to burn, and like you get money. It's like you get money back in a week. I've yet to see that. You know what I mean? I have access to a stash account, and like you put money into the stash account. And apparently, it does some stuff with the stock market. It's like if you buy if you buy some stuff from a certain place, it invests some of that money into like the stock for that company or something. I don't know. It feels complicated. It feels. I always say this, like if it's purposefully complicated, it's probably a scam because the more complicated something is, the more the end game is just giving people money. It's just complicated. I call it wallet stuffing. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, all profits are it's just wallet stuffing. If you're a CEO and you got like you got all of this consumer business jargon that goes back into let's find a way to make this person give me money and put it back into my wallet. It's like, oh, but what about this and this and this? Oh, well, this and this is going to be conquered with this and this, so that way they can put it back into my pocket to stuff my wallet. And I don't like that. I don't like that. And I also don't like the fact that, like we're supposed to kind of promote the idea that rich people are successful because they're smart or that they're like some kind of, like there's some kind of just like magnificent guru like person that can provide people with that like my whole thing is that like the more I learn about rich people, the more I learn about successful people, the more I realize that they're not successful because they're awesome at their jobs or whatever. They're successful because they were provided opportunities that they they didn't really have to cash in that hard on. I mean, it's like I said, imagine waking up like I don't know, 10 feet from the finish line. All you have to do is just wake up, take 10 steps that way, boom, finish line, you won. Meanwhile, there's people out here in the back chained up to a wall, just trying to get on the track. So there's that going on. So I don't really respect. And the reason why I'm talking about all of this, the reason why I'm talking about money and finances, is because I was, like I said, as I think I've mentioned before, I was in a lot of bad situations growing up. Like I was in obviously I was sleeping in my car, like a month ago, earlier this month actually. You know what I mean? No, was it earlier this month or last month? Yeah, earlier this month and last month, I was sleeping in my car. Okay, I was in a bad way, financially, mentally, physically, and it really should just take into consideration that like I had all this stuff going on, and not once did I ever consider going into crime. And the reason why I didn't want to go into crime is because, like, I'm not trying to like put an S on my chest here with this, but I can't envision myself wanting to harm another person to make myself happier. You know what I mean? Because like that's all crime is at the end of the day. It's harm directed at somebody who doesn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Like but also, even if I did have the cruelty to just completely get rid of the harm of another person who doesn't deserve it part, I don't think I would actually be that good at crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, just ethics aside, I'm just not good at, like, first off, it's a lot of work. Crime is work. Crime is work that's, like, and it's extra work because what you're doing, you have to do it, like, very tediously and very carefully so that you don't get caught by the cops. Or rather, if you do get caught by the cops, you have to be able to find a way to make sure that the crime that you did doesn't get you put in jail even after you get caught doing the crime. So it's like all of this, no. I'm black. I'm going to get shot by the cop as soon as they see me doing a crime anyway. So, no thank you. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't see myself, like, I've never really wanted to do crime. And I never understood the hype about crime. Like, I understand, desperation leads to crime. Less desperation during poverty can lead to crime. But I never understood how there's people out here who aren't really in that bad of a situation and they want to do crime. Like they want to do bad things to hurt other people to make themselves feel better. It's the most sociopath thing I've ever seen. And like so when you find out that a former president has done it, it's just like, what kind of world? What? I'm sorry. It's just this dude. I really don't like talking about politics. I try my best to avoid it. But I mean, this is just too wild, man. Like, Donald Trump managed to actually, like I said, the mugshot is satisfying. It's satisfying to see because now we're starting to see the downfall of a guy who basically had all the privileges handed to him since birth. And he somehow managed to, like, burn every single bridge that he had. And there's people out here who still like, I mean, he didn't really do anything that wrong. What about the other people? Which is like, yeah, you're right. What about the other people? It's like right now we're at this point, like politically. I feel like if Donald Trump, does end up behind bars, now we got to start doing more investigations of more rich people, of more rich, powerful people, because he's not the only. Him and Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein, they aren't the only three people who's doing crime here. There's so many people who've been doing crime all over the country. Like right now, this should be stoking the fires and should be like stoking the flames towards like just some sort like rich people reform. You know what I'm saying? Because like now we're starting to see we're starting to see criminals look differently than me. You know what I'm saying? When you see when you hear the word criminal, you probably think of a black dude, which is racist, but it's also like the agenda that was always being pushed. When you hear about, criminal, you think poor person, black person, marginalized person, but you don't think Donald Trump, Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein. You know what I'm saying? And now you're starting to see them like get in trouble. So like, yeah, you got to start doing that. Also, quick reminder, Donald Trump didn't even win the election that he was in. The fact that he managed to actually do the stuff that he was doing, while he was president. He's a former president in an election that he didn't win. That in itself should make people push towards like getting rid of the electoral college. Just get rid of it. We don't need that. We need one person, one vote. Get rid of the electoral college. The electoral college is what got us Donald Trump in the first place. So now that we realize how flawed the electoral college is, get rid of it. Find a way to get rid of it. Like pop that thing off. Destroy it. Moving along, but also the system now has to start doing more, indict more elderly rich people, because they're all doing crime. You know what I mean? Here's how I know that rich people are doing crime and not working. If you I always say this, if you had to start a rich person from $0.00 with absolutely no access to any privilege whatsoever, if you had to start them off that stuff right now today, they would melt. They would melt down. They would not do any. They would probably do crime almost immediately. Do you really I could see Jay-Z. If Jay-Z had to start from $0.00, I could see him probably making another album, getting at least a cold couple thousand or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I could see him making money. I could see Kanye West making money. I could see Dolly Parton making money. A lot of entertainers who are in that field, I could see them making money because people will pay money to encounter them. But then you got these rich businessmen, I don't know, Warren Buffett, who I don't even Warren Buffett I don't think he'd live a week if he had to survive off of how we survive. I don't see Mitch McConnell or Rick Scott or Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. I don't see any of these people because what else can they do? What can they actually do? Think about this. What can you see? Can you see Elon Musk working a job if he had to work a job? Can you see Donald Trump work? Bro, Donald Trump would literally be asking when's lunch every 5 minutes, bro. I can assure you. This dude will be sitting. He'll be at Walmart just mad as hell, just standing at the front of the store at a Walmart, just glaring at everybody, mad as hell. Probably try to take somebody's bag or something, being okay, I don't remember this bag, I didn't see the contents of this bag in this thing, so I gotta take that. And he'll probably just be he'll probably take somebody's candy bar and eat it in front of him, it wasn't on the receipt. Just saying, man. We're at a. I feel like Trump's indictment and Trump's the whole situation with Trump should definitely kind of open us up, open America up to this white supremacy enema that it is overdue for having. Because right now we're in a situation where right now you're starting to see who the bad guys are. Now do something about them. Because it's only the more you try to ignore it, the worse it's gonna get. Nip this thing in the bud now. Put white supremacists in jail. That's one. That's part one right there. Make jobs better. That's two. Also let go of oil. Let go of oil. We don't need it no more. Driving has made us fat. So let's make driving an option instead of a requirement. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm gonna go ahead and get off my high horse. This has been a long one. I apologize for that. Y'all be easy, love, peace, happiness, safety, and just be good to one another. And also challenge white supremacy, because I'm gonna probably talk about that down the line, because I got a hot take, a political hot take, and I'm ready to just go ahead and get that taken care of. I'll be easy. Once again, love, peace, happiness. If you can't spread love, spread nothing.